This is Newcap News with Brian Lentz.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Mother Nature made travel difficult this weekend, yet around 600 people still filled the Civic Center stands for the 4th annual Todd Gustavson Memorial Battle of the Badges. Josh Ryan has more.
The tradition of Lloydminster's RCMP and fire department doing battle in a charity hockey game continued to grow this weekend. Despite rough winter conditions, the event raised around $5,000 for kids sport and $7,000 for the LPSD breakfast program.
This started as a simple get-together in a hockey game, and it's growing into so much more. We're being able to expand and really help the community.
We're pretty thankful and just really encouraged by the community support for both of those organizations who really focus on kids, which really are the future of our community.
Assertions that the fire department would finally garner a win were proven wrong as the RCMP jumped to an early 3-0 lead. The firefighters got on the board late, but it wasn't enough as law enforcement took this contest 5-2.
It's always nice to keep the streak going. It gets very competitive. I know it doesn't seem that much, but there's a lot of pride, and our guys are pretty keyed up for that.
We pretty much tried to stack the defense, really trying to hold off those goals, which I think the guys came through pretty well today compared to previous games.
Both teams appeared to have as much fun as the fans in attendance, reveling in some good-natured roughness.
It got a little heated out there. It was a lot of fun. Couple penalty shots, well-deserved for both sides.
The presentation of the event was a step up from previous years, with a flashy entrance, between periods entertainment, and a number of gags at the expense of both departments.
I think traditionally both departments have a long history of being a little bit of pranksters, so it's all in good humor.
There's already enthusiasm for next year's tilt, but for now the participants are basking in feel-good that's rare in their professions.
And we appreciate the cheers and the people being out here because, believe it or not, we don't get a lot of cheers.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
And Saskatchewan's largest annual telethon, Telemiracle, smashed its previous fundraising record with this year's event. By the end of the 20-hour telethon, donations reached a record-breaking total. Local Cadet Leanne Wildeman says this total easily surpasses the previous record of $5.9 million set in 2012.
Last night at 5 o'clock when the final total fell, it was $7.1 million, so amazing.
There were many highlights on Telemiracle 42, including very large individual donations, and Sesame Street legend Bob McGrath making his first appearance on Telemiracle since 2015.
Breaking the record of having two bequests, one at $1.2 million and the second at $1.5 million. The other part that was really special was yesterday afternoon, they brought Bob McGrath back, and Telemiracle 39 was his last appearance on the show, but definitely really cool to see that $7 million up on the total board, because I know that is going to help so many people.
Proceeds of Telemiracle go towards funding special needs equipment and medical travels. And it's a full house at the Lloydminster exhibition grounds for the 99th edition of the Pride of the Prairies bull sale. Gerard Lampo finds out why this tradition is nearing the century mark.
Watch back now, 4,000 are going to be pulled down.
Everybody's got their own program, and they're looking for different things in the bulls.
Lucy's husband Wayne has been ranching since 1972. Together they have been raising cattle since 1980 when they got married. Polled Herefords are renowned for muscling, good milk and average birth weights, and of course breeding. The Sampsons have sold 5 bulls this year.
Well, they can eat a lot of good grass and dandelions. And of course you want a good, quiet disposition Hereford bull.
With champion animals from across the Midwest, including the offspring from the #1 bull in Canada this year, it's no wonder the Pride of the Prairies is hitting the century mark.
Well, 99 years is, obviously next year is our 100th year, and to be in this kind of a business that long as far as selling bulls, this organization, it's tried and true, and obviously it's a testament to the bulls that have come to this area and actually the bull buyers itself.
And with a full house on hand viewing quality animals, producers are not afraid to pull out the checkbook to beef up their breeding programs.
Looks like to me there's everything from $3,000 to $10,000 out there that I've seen so far.
Sold at $5,750.
Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.
Thanks to a grant from PetSmart Charities, the SPCA is giving away up to 1,000 free microchips to pet owners who purchase a pet license. In Lloydminster, it is mandatory to have a pet license for your animal. Having both a microchip and a license reduces the fines for having an animal at large and helps ensure your pets get home should anything happen.
We scan all of the stray dogs and cats that come into the SPCA, or if someone finds a stray animal, they can bring it to a veterinarian clinic that can scan it. If it has a microchip, we can look up that information and contact the owner quickly. And in conjunction with a pet license, it's a great way to ensure that there's some extra identification on an animal.
Licenses are $30 for spayed and neutered animals and $60 for unaltered pets, with the money going back to the SPCA. The free microchips can be booked at any vet clinic in Lloydminster.
It takes just a few moments. It's the same as getting a vaccine for them. Once it's done, it's in there for life. And really for us at the SPCA, our main priority is making sure that we can get that home, that pet home to as soon as possible. You know, we take great care of our animals, but ultimately there's nothing like a home.
You must have proof of purchase of your 2018 pet license before getting the microchip. Licenses can be purchased at any vet or the SPCA. Well, they are often perceived as an unusual or frightening pet to have, but many say they're harmless. We see in this week's edition of Retrospect how the popularity of reptiles and snakes has changed in Lloydminster.
These creatures seem to enjoy their home in the basement of a Lloydminster residence. They're the pets of the Border City snake men. Kim Ducker and Grant Armstrong own 13 different non-venomous snakes and would someday like to set up a reptile museum. They're hoping to dispel the myth that snakes are dangerous.
We're basically trying to get the point across that movies portray them as evil and they're always out to get you type of thing, eh? And we're just trying to teach kids and anybody that'll listen that snakes are basically harmless.
Despite this, many people are still cautious of reptiles and snakes. Local store Pet Pad will bring snakes in for interested customers, but won't keep them on location.
For safety reasons and for the comfortability of our clients that come to the store. Some people are not comfortable with them even being in the store, so just to walk by them, it's a little frightening for them.
Despite this, Hippie says the popularity of reptiles has remained the same throughout the years, even among children.
They enjoy the reptiles, like the bearded dragons, and there's quite a few. And it's actually a pretty good hobby for them. It teaches them responsibility, teaches them how to care. It's a good family activity for everybody to get involved in.
That's all for Retrospect.
This is Newcap weather with Gerard Lampow.
Yeah, I really enjoy that I get to do this. I think I did about 4 or 5 shifts of this on the weekend. You gotta kind of use your leg muscles. Don't hurt the back. Yeah, kind of like that there. 15 plus centimeters and another couple. Get my cameraman to hold on to this here. Another couple again this morning just after 2 o'clock. My goodness, I think I've aggravated my tennis elbow just doing that again. I hope everyone is good. I hope you had a nice warm shower after you were finished all of that, and yeah, you're feeling ready to tackle the rest of this work week, which temperature-wise won't be too bad. We've got a few cool mornings, yes, but nothing that we haven't seen already this winter here. So as we put this map into motion, high pressure on the prairies will give us a little reprieve there. We should enjoy some of the clearer skies. Wasn't too shabby of a sunset, actually, if you took a peek out the window there. And the precipitation that's been tracking on through is pushing into Manitoba now. The warnings are still in effect for eastern parts of Saskatchewan and heading on into Manitoba there, but we're just shoveling. That's all we got to do to clean it up here. And hats off to the highway crews and such. Temperature-wise, good temperatures to clean up the snow there. -7 in Edmonton, -6 in Lac La Biche, around parts of the Lakeland region, -6s, -7, -9 to St. Paul and Marween and ourselves for tomorrow. So to Vermilion, Wainwright areas, -7 around Provost and Macklin there, -9 Maidstone, and -4s out to Isla Cross and Green Lake areas, -5 in Meadow Lake. So minus single digits, March is what we're in there. So a good snow dump, and yeah, temperature's not too bad to shovel. Yeah, 6 and variably overcast, the sun fighting out in Vancouver. -7, still mainly sunny in Edmonton in the sunset hour. Snow showers in Yellowknife for -8 as well in Whitehorse, but more sunshine there. Overcast in Regina, and still they're dealing with some of those light snow showers as the remnant of it pushes on into Manitoba. You can basically factor in the areas where there are warnings and such. There are snowfall warnings for the bulk of it and winter storm warnings just along the Manitoba-Saskatchewan border there. As we head on there to east now, -2 in Toronto, -2 as well in Quebec, -1 for Halifax and St. John's, and -21, a clear evening out in Iqaluit. Come on back to the Prairies then. Overcast in the Battlefords for -10, -15, considerably cloudy overnight towards the morning, and you probably will put about 10 degrees on that, especially with a northwesterly wind heading anywhere from about 10 to 20 kilometers per hour, and -8 for a daytime high in the afternoon. -7 in Cold Lake with light showers, -13 overnight. Cloud cover sticking around once these snow showers clearing off there, and then -6 tomorrow there. A little cold in the morning certainly, and that's our story too. -16 overnight. Could definitely come at a -26 feel on there with those west and northwesterly winds, which is the pattern at the moment, averaging around 15, 17 kilometers per hour for our -8. -9 is what we'll settle for come tomorrow afternoon as our daytime high. Then the next 7 days, -18s. The overnight lows Tuesday into Wednesday, Wednesday into Thursday, fair enough. But then look at Friday, -5, Saturday +1, and the clocks spring forward overnight into Sunday morning, -3 Sunday, -1 on Monday, bearing in mind the averages are also improving, -2 for daytime highs and -13 for overnight lows. So just a couple cool ones as we start off the next 7 days, and a warming trend to the weekend.
This is Newcap Sports.
With playoffs less than a week away, the Lloydminster Steelers Midget Elite team needed a strong finish to its regular season this past weekend. And what better way to do it than in front of a home crowd? Unfortunately, the crowd didn't help Saturday, and Sunday the Steelers faced the league's top team, St. Albert. Lance Phillips has the details.
The Midget Elite Steelers missed a glorious opportunity to move within 1 point of Edmonton Saturday in a 3-1 loss to Sherwood Park. With no chance of catching the Pandas for playoff home ice advantage, the Steelers closed out their regular season with an inspiring 3-1 win over the league's best team Sunday.
Coming into the second period, the girls started to break down their forecheck, where we, instead of just throwing everything around the board, started breaking up the middle, throwing pucks off the glass, and then we had our forwards moving. And when we're moving and getting pucks out of our zone and forechecking, we can compete with anybody in the league.
I thought our forecheck was really well. During practice, we practiced that a lot. They're a good team defensively and offensively, so pressuring them hard was key to this game.
Once again, Caitlin Oster was exceptional in goal, and if not for an accidental redirect, would have earned her second shutout of the season.
I think everyone contributed to my success. We all had support for one another and make sure the puck got out of our end, and I think that was really good for us.
Caitlin's amazing, and we all love her, and she plays so well for us, so we're all sad to see her go this year.
It's a tough league, and if when our goaltenders have showed up and played really well, we can beat any team in the league, and that showed tonight.
Lloydminster opens the postseason with a pair of games in Edmonton, aggregate style. The Steelers have had success against the Pandas this season, but winning again means overcoming Edmonton's main threat.
They got really top-end goaltending, and they're a hard-working team, and so we need to be ready to go, bring a really good effort, really get girls to the net, screens and rebounds, and put a lot of pressure on them.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.